You've got mail.
Hey y'all, happy Saturday. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas. And you know what? We're gonna get in the mail soon? Christmas cards. I got a couple from the family already. But I'm Pastor Ken if you do not know who I am already. And this is the star of the show, Serendipity. Right, Sarah? We're gonna be showing we didn't get any cards in the mail today or this week at all, which is unusual. But hey, what can I say? I know there's some coming. Topps finally shipped me some of my home run winner cards, so that's probably coming up in the next video. But I did go to a card show last Saturday after I filmed the video from last week. So let me show you what I picked up. Shall I? These are the oldest cards now in my collection. They are from 1888, I believe. They're Allen and Ginther, the original Allen and Ginther. Flag, these ones are city. Oh, you know what? I'm forgetting to do something very, very important. And Sarah's being patiently waiting there for her treats. I'm going to give her bonkers this time. So, you want some bonkers, Sarah? You want some bonkers? As long as you don't go bonkers on me. There you go, baby girl. So as she enjoys that, let me get back to these. These are from, I believe, 1887 and 88. And these are the oldest cards in my collection. And I just picked them up for um at the card show I went to on Saturday. And these are Allen and Ginther cigarettes from Richmond, Virginia. And this series is City Flags. And we have here Amsterdam. And this one is pretty beat up, as you probably can see from the back. And here's the front again, if you didn't see it. Um, then I have Chicago. And as you can see the back. And Vince at Sports Card Ripping Teacher did a wonderful VR. Go check it out about some of his wonderful holiday memories, including his hunt for a downtown he did too in that video. We also have Olmsted. Uh, and here you go. And the back is actually a checklist of all the cards in the list. My camera doesn't want to focus. Anyway, there are also series one of Flags of All the Nations. And there goes Sarah to go do her Sarah things. We got Bolivia. We got Portugal. And we got Persia, a country that's no longer around. But these were old cards. These were given, as you know, these were given out in cigarettes. But it was an amazing find for a cheap, cheap price. We have from series, the second series, as they say it, Dutch Indies, Hungary. That's where some of my ancestries are from. We have Montegray. I can't say it. We have where Dracula's from, Transylvania. We have Tunisia. And to close off, we have West Australia. I didn't know West Australia was its own country. Um, Let me know what you, if any of my friends down under knows that, please let me know. I also picked up a couple autographs. And let me show you. They're not your typical um, autographs. They're not even sports autographs. They're non-sports. I'm a big Star Trek fan, if you did not know that. As you probably can see behind my head, there's a a Star Trek sign up on my wall. And I got Sterling Merce Jr., who played a Klingon in Birthright Part 2. He played Quark. And we have Vance Armstrong as Captain Korth from in the episode Heart of Glory. He's also played other roles in Star Trek, including the Admiral Vaughn, or what was the Admiral's name? The Admiral from Star Trek Enterprise. So I also picked up this nifty subset or insert set from the 2000 Skybox set called the 2000 Skybox Star Trek Cinema set, The Dark Side. And this is V'ger from the motion picture, Rathacon from Star Trek, the Rathacon, Star Trek 2. We have Commander Krug from Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. Star Trek 4, we have the probe, the whale probe. In Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier, we have Skybox, or Cybox, not Skybox. It's a Skybox card of Cybok. Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, one of the best Star Trek ever. We have General Chang. We have from Star Trek Generations, the first movie of the Next Generation crew, Dr. Torlian Soron. From Star Trek First Contact, the Next Generation movie of them all is The Borg Queen. And we have from Star Trek Insurrection, Rafo. So I picked those up. The guy gave me a deal to take all of them. I picked up some individual cards as well, and some sets, and some other cards, complete sets. I picked up a prism, a silver prism from 2021 Prism draft picks of Tua. I picked up from the 2020 Prism Chronicle draft picks Tua. He's one of my favorite football players right now. I also picked up a nice Tim Tebow rookie card from Topps Finest. He did not get a good deal. I also picked up this nice Pete Alonso from the 2020 Donruss Optic set Prism card. I picked up this nice anniversary card from last year's set of Jackie Robinson. Can't go wrong with the Jackie Robinson. I picked up this nice 2017 black and white Gary Carter card from Stadium Club. I also picked up this interesting Squirt limited edition Topps Ron Carew card. I look for interesting things like that all the time. I also worked on a couple more sets that I picked up. I picked up the Young Superstars of Baseball that has different players from all the different teams in it. We have Rick Aguilera, Chris Brown, and Chris Brown was on the San Francisco Giants. We have Tom Browning from the Cincinnati Reds. And they're very glossy and shiny. Tim Bernowski from the Minnesota Twins. We have Vince Coleman on the St. Louis Cardinals. We have Ron Darling on my New York Mets. I remember seeing him pitch in person. We have Alan Davis on the Seattle Mariners. Mariner Mariano Duncan on the Dodgers. Sean Dunston on the Cubs. Sid Fernandez on my New York Mets. Jody Fernandez on the Blue Jays. Brian Fisher on that other New York team. John Franco on the Cincinnati Reds. Julio Franco, no relation, on Indians. Dwight Gooden on the New York Mets. We have Ozzie Gillian on the White Sox. Tony Gwynn on the Padres. We have Jimmy Key on the Toronto Blue Jays. We have Donnie Baseball there for Justin over at Three Good Nerds, which I have to give a big shout out to him. He is a big help to my channel. He has done some wonderful shout outs for me and helped my channel grow. Obi McDowell on the Rangers. He's a big Donnie Baseball fan, if you didn't know that. Roger McDowell on my Mets. Don Pasqua on that other Yankee team. Terry Pendleton on the St. Louis Cardinals. Jim Presley on the Seattle Mariners. Kirby Puckett on the Minnesota Twins. Ernie Riles on the Milwaukee Brewers. Bart Saberhagen on the Kansas City Royals. Mark Sales on the Minnesota Twins. Juan Samuel on the Philadelphia Phillies. Jeff Stone on the Phillies. Darryl Strawberry on my New York Mets. Andy Van Slyke on the St. Louis Cardinals. And Frank Viola on the Minnesota Twins. If you're wondering what the back looks like, that's what it looks like. So, on top of that set, as I'm putting this away, I picked up another set. And, this is one thing I do miss about the 80s and 90s. These wonderful box sets, which was a great way to get your favorite stars out there. And a lot of times now, people just break up the set and sell the individual cards because people want just a star. I prefer the set, if you ask me. And I picked up this 1986 limited edition set that has 44 cards in it. So let's go through them, shall we? Not like you have much of a choice, right? But anyway, put the box there. We got Charlie Leibrandt on the Royals. And it's a classic Fleer design. Dave Steinbeck on the Blue Jays. Bob Horner on the Braves. Lee Smith on the Cubs. Ozzie Gillen on the White Sox. Ryan Sandberg on the Cubs. Steve Garvey on the Padres. We have Brett Saberhagen on the Royals. Julio Franco on the Cleveland Indians. And you know how I deal with that controversy? If it says Cleveland Indians on the card, that's the name I'll say. If it says the Cleveland Guardians, that's the name I'll say. Cal Ripken Jr. on the Orioles. The Iron Man himself. Leon Duran on first base for the Cubs. Tim Raines for the Expos. Alan Davis for the Mariners. We have Lance Parrish for the Tigers. Vince Coleman for the Cardinals. Joe Orlack for the Pirates. Gary Carter, the kid himself, for the New York Mets. Mets. We have Dale Murphy for the Braves. We have Jose Canseco for the A's. Heath Moreland for the Cubs. Wade Bogg for the Red Sox. Obi McDowell for the Rangers. Here's another Donnie baseball on the Yankees. We have Robin Yount on the Braves. Robert Yount on the Braves. I mean, not the Braves. The Brewers. Brain doesn't want a brain. We have Kent Herbeck on the Twins. Ozzie Smith on the Cardinals. Willie Hernandez on the Tigers. Tom Seaver on the White Sox. Dwight Gooden on my New York Mets. We have Juan Samuel on the Phillies. We have Scott Gerlach on the Giants. We have Pete Rose, first base and manager for the Cincinnati Reds. May he rest in peace. Carlton Fisk on the White Sox. Ernie Riles on the Brewers. Mario Duncan on the Dodgers. Kirby Puckett on the Twins. Jose Cruz on the Astros. Dave Parker on the Reds. Jack Clark on the Cardinals. Phil Niekro on the Yankees. Ron Carew on the Angels. Lloyd Mosby on the Blue Jays. George Brett on the Royals. And Willie McGee on the Cardinals. Plus, there's some stickers, as Fleer always does with the stickers. Donruss had the puzzle pieces. Fleer had the stickers. Topps had the gum. We have the Atlanta Braves stickers with baseball's famous feats. Deacon Phillips pitched 5 complete games in a World Series, 1903. Did you know that? And here's the front of the card as well, as I'm throwing the card at you. If you caught that, it's yours. We have Cincinnati Reds. And on the back, it says Eddie Plank pitched 70 shutouts. That's a lot of shutouts. Back then, the pitchers really pitched a lot more than they do now. We have the Los Angeles Dodgers. And the famous feat on the back of that is Loyal Wagner went 77 games without a strikeout in 1941. Did you know that? We have the Minnesota Twins. Shout out to Julie Farnham. We just had her cat and my cat, her cat Tuna and my cat Serendipity, had an epic battle that was neck and neck. So go watch that video. It was released on Wednesday of this past week. And the famous baseball feat on the back of this Minnesota Twins is Nap Ledjor hit .422 in 1901. We have the Oakland Athletics, and the famous feat is Cy Young won 511 games. And last but not least, we have the Seattle Mariners. And it says on here, Horton Wagner led the National League in batting 8 times. Too bad one of those cards wasn't the T206 Horton Wagner card that I showed you earlier. I mean, one of those Allen and Ginthert cards. That would have been a find of a lifetime. My wife would be crazy with me. We'd probably put it up for auction. Oh, yeah. I got this a while back in the mail. I actually temporarily misplaced it. So let me show it to you now. It's Francisco Lindor swing of a lifetime, sends the Mets to the NLCS, the Championship Series, which we know the Dodgers won it 4-2. But the Dodgers went on to beat the Yankees 4 games to 1. So, and then I picked up some other cards to complete my um, Topps Master set from the holiday set. I picked up some short prints. I got Shohei Ohtani, number 1. We have Junior Camaro with the cane, the baseball bat cane. We have Mike Trout with the baseball hat. We have Bo Bichette rocking the baseball hat. We have Francisco Lindor with the Santa hat. Corbin Carroll sliding in with the necklace. We have Trey Turner rocking the Santa hat like me, blowing a bubble. Zach Gelof with the necklace. Aaron Judge rocking the Santa hat. Jackson Cherio rocking the elf hat. We got Canela Raphael going, I have the necklace. Pete Chrome Armstrong rocking the Candy King bat. Julio Rodriguez rocking the snowman hat. We have Jordan Lawlar rocking the wreath necklace. Henry Davis rocking the Santa hat. And same with Adley Rushman rocking the Santa hat. So that's my card show pickup. Like I said, I didn't get anything other than some Christmas cards from the fam. So I hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoyed picking up these cards. They're the oldest one in my set. I did pick up some parts from my Lego, from Bricklink at Lego, to build this nifty little kitty. So he's my new on-set star, which you don't see him. I'll see him all the time. He's on my desk. So until next time, remember, don't forget to be awesome and have yourself a very blessed Christmas.